Welcome to the Brain Health Hookup. I'm Laurel Myers-Hurst, your resident groovologist, and I believe that better mental health needs to be fun. Here we talk about mental wellness, we explore the physical, emotional, and relational needs we have as humans with the science and practices that help our mental health to flourish. Plus, we dive into my signature method, groove therapy, that engages folks in groove-based music making to lift mood and lower inflammation and pain. I'm so glad you're here. So let's hit it. Well. That's a deep subject. Today, we're going to talk about that choking feeling you have when you wake up in the morning and you think of all the things that need to be done for the day. Some people call it anxiety. Other people call it a normal Tuesday, right? We're going to give you what I call my 3-minute protocol for shaking off that feeling like the day is only just begun and you're well behind the 8 ball, so to speak. I love sharing this with patients because it's such a quick win. So when you wake up in the morning, this is a mind-body exercise for reducing anxiety feelings, not by thinking your way out of it, by actually moving that through your body. When you wake up and become aware of the day dawning, just shift your pillow out from behind your head and lay out flat on the bed. First easy step. I do this when I hit my snooze, literally, because occasionally I can go from so amped up and anxious to so relaxed that I do actually fall back asleep. But I don't want to fall asleep for the day, so I need to keep that snooze on. Once you lay out on the bed, you might notice that alone makes you feel anxious. Depending on the experiences we've had in the past, sometimes laying out flat on a surface feels vulnerable and exposed. If you get a little kind of a pity pat in your heart that doesn't feel comfortable, that's just fine. Stack your hands up, roll over, put your forehead on your hands, and sprawl out on your tummy. But we're going to assume for the sake of this demonstration that you're going to be on your back. So again, you're going to push your pillow off to the side. If you have a partner, hopefully they don't mind. We have a chest at the foot of our bed. We can literally throw the pillows on so they don't hit the floor. Lying out on your back, take your first intentional breath of the day. So breathe in swiftly and let that air out slowly all the way down. Next breath, breathe in. And then as you exhale, press the back of your head and the back of your feet down into the bed as you exhale all the way out. Once you reach the end of the breath, let go of that melting gentle pressure and breathe in and out. And one more breath, breathe in and out. Now breathe in again. And gentle melting pressure with the back of your head and the backs of your heels down into the bed all the way out with that breath. Release that melting pressure and take 2 breaths. What are we talking about with that pressure? We're talking about if you take your arm and grasp your other arm, but think about how firmly you would grasp or jiggle someone to wake them up, but not to scare them to death. That's what we're doing. We're telling your nervous system, this is engaged, this is not engaged, this is engaged, this is not engaged. We're not making a rainbow out of your body, head to feet, like you're being jolted by electricity in Frankenstein. We're just telling the body, this is engaged, this is not engaged, this is engaged, this is not engaged. Most of us go through the whole day with an axis of anxiety through the center of our body. The vagus nerve that's in direct communication between our brain stem and our intestines is on high alert. And we feel like we are holding on to that anxiety right through the core of our being. This simple 3-minute protocol reminds you first thing in the morning that you have your whole body, the entire periphery, the outside edges, to let that energy move through and move out. Now, it's not uncommon for people to do this melting pressure. Try it and think, I can't even really feel my feet. I'm not sure I'm really pressing with my feet. I'm not sure I'm pressing evenly between the 2 feet. That is totally normal. And it is a sign that you have been overwhelmed and in that axis of anxiety. So moving it out to the periphery is what we're just practicing. There's no perfect way to do it. If you truly can't tell whether you're engaging and not engaging your feet and that back of your head, the occiput, it's okay to just dig in, press hard, find those feet, and then move on from there. You're just going to repeat that 3 breath cycle until you feel anxiety start to ebb away. Once you've done a few of those 3 breath cycles, breathing in, pressing with the back of your head and the backs of your heels, releasing that pressure, taking a breath in and out, then you're going to turn over onto the other side. So you can stack your hands up, put your forehead on your hands. You're now laying on your belly, and take another first intentional breath of the day. Breathe in and out. Next breath, breathe in and press your forehead and the fronts of your feet down into the bed as you exhale all the way out. Release that melting pressure and take 2 breaths. Breathe in swiftly and out. Breathe in swiftly and out. And again, repeat that 3 breath cycle until you feel prepared to meet the day. You're feeling that you've massaged some of that anxiety away and you're cognitively and physically more capable and more focused on the real tasks for this day rather than fears for the future or what the day might bring. If you're interested in this sort of mind-body technique, I teach dozens of them with my clients, many of them in the course, The WellTuned Woman. Just for my podcast audience here at the Brain Health Hookup, I'm going to offer a worksheet showing you all the dimensions of this exercise. As I learned it from someone from Sweden, I learned it as navel radiation. That is because we're drawing the energy from the center of our body out toward the periphery, but having a family member in a submarine, naval radiation sounds way too dangerous to me. So personally, I call this practice Mind-Body Radiance. That suits me and my clients very well. Like I said, if you want the full worksheet of all the dimensions of this exercise, this is just one, you can ask for it and I'd love to deliver that to you. Or see all of the variety of mind-body practices that we use for improving mental wellness in the WellTuned Woman. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Brain Health Hookup. I hope this episode radiates with the conviction that generating mental wellness needs to be fun and safe. We want you to find your power and understand your innate design to flourish in everything you do. And we hope that inspires you to come back and listen for more. I'd love for you to leave a review of this podcast as it helps this show grow to reach more people who need to make mental wellness fun. You can find a leave a review button as well as all the YouTube visuals, bonuses, and ways we can help to support you on our website, podcast.grooveforhealth.com. I appreciate you more than words can say. See you next time, and remember, together we have everything we need.